Yo, what is up guys, it's Nigel here, and today we're back on the fighting game news for a month, and this time we're talking about January of 2026. Now, to be honest with you, this video might be very long. There was a lot of news that dropped in January of 2026. It's gonna be one of those videos. I'm not sure, well, I might be able to make it a bit smaller depending on how much I talk about the certain topics, but we will find out, honestly. Also, I'm gonna be making a playlist for the 2025 versions of the monthly news for last year, so if you want to watch those, you can. And again, if I did miss anything in those time frames of last year, let me know down below. Same with this video, if I did miss anything. So, yeah. Either way, there's going to be timestamps if you want to skip to a certain section. With that being said, let's begin with the video. So, the first thing we're going to be talking about here is going to be Street Fighter 6 with the Alex trailer. Now, I've talked about this numerous times on my channel, how I feel about this. He probably has the best trailer right now in the game, legitimately. Probably second would probably be maybe Ed because of the impact. Like, man, they reworked this character and people that didn't like him now, so I would say that. But Alex probably has the best trailer. He also has two themes. He has the Gem Project one, and he has NYC, like the jazzy version of it, like a different version, which is crazy because no one else has that in the game, like an actual classical version of their theme. So like, they're like, man, they went kind of crazy. I get why, because Gem Project, you probably get copyrighted more than likely if you play that in like if you stream or something. More than likely, maybe not. I don't know for sure, but you know. So I can understand that. But man, he gets two themes. He has an insane trailer. He looks cool. The only con I would give Alex, not with the trailer, just altogether information we found out about him, is that he's not a charged character anymore, like a hybrid character, which I kind of don't like, but I'll be fine with the stance, because like I feel as if the new generation of fighting games are like, this character has a stance and everything that's cool about them is in this stance. So yeah, and it said that he is hard, so I'm cool with that. Like I'm totally fine with that. I might be off-putting to some people, but I use Ed, bro. So yeah, and people are like, oh, he's not. No, he's hard. He's a weirdo. So I think for me that's like a little bit of a con, because I actually did like him being a hybrid character before. So them changing this is kind of like, well, there goes elbow, stampede, and head press. Wait, does he even have headbutt or head press anymore? Actually, I don't think he does, but yeah. Either way, I like him a lot. I'm going to be using him. Is he going to be replacing Ed or anything? No, he's just going to be part of the big three, which is Ed, then there's Urian, if he hopefully does make it, and Alex. That was like the people I use mostly in Street Fighter 5 relatively for a time, besides Nikali, which is just the starter pack. So yeah, but long story short, I like Alex. I'm going to be using him essentially. But also coming with Alex, there's going to be a balance patch that will said to be huge, and it's focusing on characters. I'm also hoping that we get a new system mechanics. I talked about this in other videos. I'm not going to go super crazy on this part here, but we need a new mechanic, like legitimately, because right now we're not innovating the game, if you get what I'm saying. We need something to rise up relatively. Like I feel like we're still playing Street Fighter new generation. We haven't even made second impact or third strike. That's why I feel like we're still in the standard version. How do we revamp the game? And we need a new mechanic. I think that will improve. It doesn't have to be huge, a small one, before we get to the 40th anniversary, which is next year, which is probably going to go crazy for Street Fighter. But yeah, but that's just a long story short when it comes to that. We are getting a balance patch. I'm hoping for a new mechanic. I know other people are too. But either way, that's pretty much all the news for Street Fighter. Moving on to the next game. The next game we're going to be talking about here is going to be Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, with their freaking 80 billion trailers and teasers that they had this month. Good golly. Okay, so first off, we had the Krauser teaser that happened in January, and it was just like a tease of Krauser, essentially like, yeah, he's coming back, essentially. That's what it was. Like, okay, Krauser making his DLC too, that's pretty cool. Then we had the Kenshiro one, which is, I think that's probably the most biggest news of this month, in my opinion, besides Alex. It's this one because, dude, Kenshiro has not been in a game since freaking Lost Paradise. You don't know who Kenshiro is. He's from a series called Fist of the North Star or Hokuto no Ken, whatever name you prefer. But essentially, he would be like one of the godfathers of anime and manga. Like, he's like the martial arts guy. You could say Goku technically, but I feel this is a different thing because most people don't even watch Dragon Ball. They watch Dragon Ball Z and beyond, so I don't really know what to say about that, but I would consider Kenshiro fitting that role more, just the Fist of North Star series. So yeah, very important icon. It's been a minute since he's been in a game that was good. Well, the last good one, at least in my opinion, was Fist of North Star Ken's Rage 2. So that was like the last good one, legitimately, because last part was like literally it was whatever in my opinion. I didn't finish the game, so yeah. But very important icon. He's back in a fighting game, because his last it's been so long. But just know, very important, probably the biggest news of this month. Look him up. watch the anime. They're gonna make a new 2026 version. That's like a not a remaster, I guess, or I don't know how to call that. I don't think it's a reimagining. So watch that. Recommendation, watch that. But we're not done with City of the Wolves news. And then next we have the this is bad. I just remembered. We have the AI slop trailer that they dropped for season 2, like just showing all the characters they're making in season 2. I really don't want to talk about it too much. It was not a good trailer because like literally after this they announced the launch trailer that was just infinity better. And this trailer showed off the other son of Cam, which I was expecting to be in the game, at least in the initial roster he wasn't. So the other son that's more like him. We have Blue Mary, we have Geese, which is Nightmare Geese specifically, Krauser, which is like a duh, and then Blue Mary. And there's 2 other hidden characters. We already know that one of them is Kenshiro, like it's a given. And the other one's probably Mr. Karate, more than likely, if how I'm thinking how they're going, because I think they showed a mask on Twitter that looked like a Tengu, so it's probably Mr. Karate or maybe Ryo. So those are my guesses for the mystery character. We already know the other one's Kenshiro. But yeah, AI trailer wasn't good. Then after that, we got the launch trailer, which was just 10 times better, baby. No AI or nothing like that. Just a trailer that's showing, hey, we won Game of the Year. We're like that. Here's what our game provides. Here's the DLC characters. Guess what? 6. Oh, I forgot to even mention that with AI stuff. But we're getting 6 characters in total, if you didn't count the amount of characters I mentioned, in just a year. Which is, it's been a while since a game has done that. It's not the first game that's done that. Street Fighter's done it, and Tekken has, but their DLC, I'm gonna be honest, it ain't that good when it comes to like the amount of things you get. So here we are. So I think this technically has the best DLC because $20, by the way, 6 characters, and they're doing it monthly. I would have spaced it out like a month, then wait, then a month to cover like the year, but that's just me. But it's pretty amazing. And you also, the $20 with this, the characters also get stages too. So we're getting numerous things. So a huge bang for your buck. So this DLC is probably like the best DLC for fighting games this year. Not an argument, like legitimately. You ain't beating 6 characters in multiple stages for $20. It's just not happening. So, yeah. And then after that, there was the gameplay trailer for Kim. Plays really well. Obviously, he came out in January because the next character comes out in February, which is this month, which is Geese. So, Kim's pretty cool. I played him. I like him a lot. I'm not that good with him because it's been a while since I played Fatal Fury City of the Wolf. So, kind of learning the game, relearning the game, if you will. So, yeah, but that is pretty much all the news, I think, for Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. I think that is all the news for Fatal Fury City of the Wolves for this month. Expect it, though, for every month until, like, I think the 7th month. So, yeah. Moving on to the next game. The next game we're going to be talking about here is going to be 2XKO with the Caitlyn gameplay trailer here. And, to be honest with you, I don't really know anything of this character. I don't watch Arcane. I don't play League of Legends, so I know nothing of this character. They have a sniper rifle or just a rifle. And they have an Aegis Reflector. That's about all I know legitimately of this character. And yeah, they don't really interest me compared to that Wolf dude. That Wolf dude reminded me of Saber Wolf. Now he interests me. I got in the game for him. Then I stopped playing. But she doesn't look too bad actually, genuinely. She looks like she has good setups and traps and stuff like that because she actually does throw a trap on the ground and she can shoot it. And then you can step on it and, you know, she can do a little combo. So she has good range, probably good mid-range and long range. I'm not sure how good she is close range, but a character that specializes in that, so it's not a character for me necessarily, but a cool character nonetheless that, you know, does do long range stuff. Because I have used long range characters before, but she just doesn't interest me. Like, I'm just not getting the vibe like, oh yeah, I would use her. Like, no, just not me personally. But yeah. That's pretty much the news when it comes to Caitlyn, but we did have like a launch trailer for like season, I guess technically it'd be season 2, right? I think, or season 1. I might be saying that wrong. I don't know fully because I don't really pay close attention to XKO, but it's like essentially the full launch of the game because it's going to be in multiple consoles, and it is now. So you can play on PlayStation. I'm pretty sure Xbox, or you can play it everywhere now, and it's crossplay. So, bada bang, bada boom. They have that trailer with some new skins. I think some of the old skins. I'm not gonna lie, they showed a lot of skins, and you know, obviously the new character Caitlyn here. So. And I think they also showed the next character that is going to be the next champion of the game. I don't know who they are, but yeah. Like I can't really say too much about 2XK. I'm not gonna act like I know anything about it, but it seems like the game's starting to feel like a real game. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, it's launched, it's out now, you can play it. So now I think people will like actually feel like how if they like it or not. You know, get their feeling like, oh yeah, this is cool or not. So yeah, that's pretty much all the news for 2XKO. Moving on to the next game. The next game we're going to be talking about here is going to be Invincible versus with the Lucan and the Anissa trailer. I think that's how you say his name, Lucan. And I didn't know if they were gonna add Anissa in this game, to be honest, because the roster is actually pretty good right now. But them adding her, I'm cool with it. Lucan, we did see him previously with the whip-haired girl, so I knew that was happening, but not Anissa. Now, how do I feel about Lucan? I think he's pretty alright, you know. He's like a grappler build type of guy. I think his finisher is really cool, but that's really it. Now, Anissa, we didn't actually get to see too much for gameplay here, which is kind of disappointing here, relatively, when it comes to this, which is unfortunate, because I was looking forward more to her than Lucan here in this trailer, because I wanted to see what she was more capable of, but they didn't really break down what she got going on. But yeah, I'm not saying I like the character now, because I can't say anything, but diabolical stuff has happened. But I am interested in having her on my team in the game, relatively, just to see what she's capable of, because there is no extended gameplay dive in what Lucan does or her, so, which is kind of interesting, because they did that for other characters, so I guess they're just not going to do it maybe until like this month in February, but I'm not quite sure. But she does look pretty interesting to me, and Lucan, he actually looks fairly interesting too. The dude looks like Steve Harvey. Honestly, that's what he reminds me. He looks like Steve Harvey to me. But yeah. Also, I did notice that the visuals actually do look a little bit better, which is pretty cool. So I'm not sure if people are noticing that. So just if a thing, just FYI here, like just take a look at the gameplay here, look back in the past footage, and like just compare the differences. But I think it actually looks a bit better than what it did before, so that's pretty cool too. But either way, that is it for Invincible Versus. Moving on to the next game. The next game we're going to be talking about here is going to be Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising with the Issa trailer. I think that is how you say her name. I could be mistaken. If I am, I'm sorry. Now, just talking about how her gameplay is, not a character that make me jump back into the game. But I can see how people will like her. I can see why. She doesn't look too bad necessarily with how she uses her guns and stuff like that. And like she orders like a, not necessarily like a nuke, but like a mini bomb. So her gameplay does seem a little bit creative there. But just not a character that would be interesting in. Like Wilderness, he got me in the game. I'm not gonna lie, I bought him. I got on the game. But her, not so much. Now I will say, the VA for her, it goes, they're going crazy. Like the stuff she says is pretty diabolical. Like she's like a drill sergeant type of lady, so she is absolutely cooking you. Now I'm not, it's not like super duper crazy. Like she ain't on some Black Lagoon stuff or anything like that, but it is she is messing you up a little bit with the stuff she's saying. Like dang, bro, it's kind of, it's insane. Gameplay though, like I said, not too bad. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Gunslinger, a little bit from Dante, just a little bit, but not too much. Because, you know, she uses guns. It's not too bad. She does little traps and stuff like that. But ultimately, character for me, no. Character for other people, probably. And, yeah, that's pretty much all I can really say about her relatively. And moving on to the next game. The next game we're going to be talking about here is Avatar the Fighting Game with the Chakra and Chi trailer. Now, we're going to talk about Chakra first because one's easier for me to understand. So basically, Chakra is how you do EX moves and stuff like that. You get them by doing special moves. And you can get one, you start off with 5, like empty slots 5 of just slots of them. And if you get to do a special move to your opponent, you can get 1. If you do a certain condition with a special move, I believe, you can get 2. Now, if you spin the bar, this is a regular EX move, but if you have something like an Invincible DP, it's going to take 2. If you do something that continues the combo, it's going to take 2. And if you lose a round, you get 2 more chakra slots, and just 2 just in general, like for the start of the fight, for like a comeback, if you will. Now, this is also tied to doing your super art and your ultimate as well. And I think it costs 4 to do your super art, and it costs 7 to do your ultimate. So that's pretty cool. Now, talking about Chi is basically the blue bar, which I thought was like the super, but it's not. It's something different. So that's how you do, like, I guess, cancels, from my understanding, if you will, cancels. And depending on the cancels you do, they can be offensive or defensive. And yeah, also this blue gauge, it allows you to do this thing called flow stance, which kind of just reminds me of dang, what's it called from Bloody Roar 4? It's like a thing where you just dodge all the attacks. I can't remember what it's called, but you could just call it a parry, if you will. You just go into a parry state, you just take no damage, you just dodge all their attacks. And the only way to counter is you grab them, and they take a counter hit grab, so you can probably bounce them off the wall and do a combo. So yeah, so I guess you could say parry, but it's a certain word. I just can't remember what it's called. Even VF6 is doing it. It's like that they call it flow guard, but I don't remember what it's Bloody Roar 4. But yeah, it's pretty cool. But also, if you do lose all your blue meter, your chi, you can get destroyed. Like if you just become a burnout essentially if you run out of chi. And any hit they do is counter hit, which is just, that's depressing. If they hit you with the ultimate, it's an instant kill, so you just die. So that's kind of funny actually. So yeah, a little bit of really balancing in here. Like you do not want to be in this state or you just lose the fight. So I actually kind of like that. But yeah, I didn't break that down all the way of the system mechanics because this is kind of a lot to remember, to be honest with you, because they were just going through it like in the video. They were boom, 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 and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try to remember this for the video. I'm gonna try, but yeah. So if I did miss some system mechanics, you can just watch the trailer, or just it'll be playing in the background. But you know, so yeah, very deep system mechanics stuff for this game. So it has me a bit invested here. Granted, I didn't play the alpha because I didn't sign up for it because I forgot to, but I'm a little bit more invested in this game now because of that. And I still want to see Toph and Azula. Like that's like the two characters I'm like, I need to see them for me to like actually really want the game too. So yeah. But either way, that's all the news for the Avatar fighting game. Moving on to the next and I think final game. The next and final game we're going to be talking about is Capcom versus Sega. Or is it Sega versus Capcom? I think it's Capcom versus Sega. And it's just another gameplay trailer, if you will, just breaking down. No, not breaking down. Just some more gameplay of characters doing cool stuff like that. They showed Morgan, obviously again, Sonic. That one guy, I forgot his name already. The pirate dude, Ryu, Mega Man. Specifically X, and they actually showed Batsu. I'm like, what is Batsu doing in this game? So they got some pretty cool characters already. It's like that's pretty exciting. And at the end of this trailer thing, they actually showed Lin from AVP, like the beat 'em up Aliens vs Predator game. Which I'm like, what the freak? Like, cause I was like, who is that? I'm like, oh, I remember now. That's the chick from Aliens vs Predator. So I think eventually, when Max sees this, he went, that's interesting. that's immediately I think of kind of like, man, isn't Max like a huge Aliens vs Predator fan of the video game? So I'm like, that's kind of cool. So I'm not sure how you guys feel about that. I didn't play the game personally. I just know of her. I didn't play it, but I just know like how good of a beat 'em up game it is. So yeah. So that's pretty cool. I'm just more excited about Batsu. I'm like, man, why is a rival school character in this game? Like they don't use this guy, so. Yeah, but then again, this is not Capcom actually or Sega people. It's just like, you know, from the FGC community making the game. So I ain't complaining. Hey, add more sauce. I'm here for it. Please, Dimitri. That's all I'm asking. But yeah. But that is pretty much all the fighting game news for a month. I think I talked not too much to make the video a bit shorter for you guys. But as you heard, there's a lot of stuff to talk about, especially for Fatal Fury of the Wolves. I needed water. I still haven't drinking any water. I probably should do that after this video. But yeah, let me know down below in the comment section what your guys' thoughts of everything, all the news. If I didn't miss anything, please let me know in the comment section, because it's a possibility that I could have, because I have before in the past. So yeah. But either way, like I said, comments, let me know how you feel. And with that being said, I hope you guys have a great day, a great night, a great noon, or whatever time zone you guys live in, and I will see you guys in the next video.